Now, as I mentioned, 5 teenagers have been tragically killed and another injured in a single vehicle crash southwest of Sydney overnight. The vehicle veered off the road into a tree just after 8 p.m. last night, tearing it to shreds. 3 girls and 2 boys who all attend Picton High School died in the crash. Some are as young as 14 and 15 years old. Here's the latest from our reporter Gabriella Power.
Hugs, tears and floral tributes as the close-knit Buxton community comes together in grief.
Feeling a bit shocked and still finding it hard to believe it. She was my best friend and she was like an older sister to me.
Locals are shattered and heartbroken, spending the day paying their respects to their friends and classmates whose lives were cut short. 2 14-year-old girls, a 15-year-old girl and 2 boys aged 15 and 16 were killed when a Nissan Ute lost control and crashed into trees by the side of the road. The car was torn apart. Authorities spent the morning taking away the wreckage. The 18-year-old driver suffered minor injuries. He was taken to Liverpool Hospital for mandatory testing. No charges have been laid. Police say he was not under the influence of alcohol, but speed may have been a factor in the crash.
Matt Gould is the Wollondilly Shire Council Mayor and he joins me live from Picton. Matt, firstly, commiserations to your community. Tell us about how you've been dealing with it today.
Look, our community are in shock and are in mourning. We're really still reeling from this and it's going to take a long time for the pain of this to subside. We are a very close-knit community here in Wollondilly, and from one end of the Shire to the other, people are just in shock and devastated by this news. We only have one public high school in the entire Shire, so this really does go from one end of the Shire to the other, and there's really not the words to describe the heartbreak that we're feeling at the moment.
The school community, obviously the focus. 3 girls and 2 boys who go to that school suddenly no longer there anymore. Obviously a lot of counselling resources to help out the children there, but this will extend to the teachers, the parents and everyone in the community, as you say.
Look, absolutely. The school has had some counselling support in there today. Council has also been working with the local health district and we're providing community counselling services down at Buxton at the School of Arts there. And unfortunately in Wollondilly, we experience these tragedies and these natural disasters all too frequently, and we always pull together through these things. And sadly, today is another day when we need to do that. So we're really asking all of our residents to just, pick up the phone, ring your mates, ring your family, and just check in on everyone and see how they're okay, and that they're okay, because there are an awful lot of people in an awful lot of pain at the moment right across the Shire.
You've had bushfires, you've been close to flood areas as well, those sorts of natural disasters. But the terrible thing here that we see right around the country, everybody will be thinking the same thing, is the absolute waste here and the age-old story, the warning we need to impress on young people all the time. Teenagers, cars, speed, the dangers that are there. No charges have been laid now, but we see the recipe here and it's just got to be avoided at all costs.
Yeah, look, absolutely. This is by far the worst accident we've had for a very long time here in Wollondilly. But sadly, we have had very significant accidents before, and it really is bringing that back for a lot of people. And as you said, Buxton have suffered a lot. They were very badly impacted during the fires. We lost 2 firefighters during the fires within 100 metres of where this accident happened today. So our community sadly has experienced an awful lot of loss and tragedy in recent years.
Thanks so much for joining us, Matt. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, Chris.
Matt Gould there, who's the Wollondilly Shire Council Mayor. What a terrible, terrible situation for those families and that community to deal with. I just have to say, as a parent, you can never talk to young people often enough about being sensible with traffic, especially with motor vehicles and speed. What a horrible, horrible waste.